Hello, my name is Allison Carmen, and welcome to my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. Today, I want to talk to you about your dreams. Over the years, so many people have come to my office with big dreams of new careers, dreams to start new businesses, dreams to turn their businesses around or grow their businesses. And often, on our first meeting, people will turn to me and say, "Do you think this is possible? Do you think my dream is possible?" And to be honest, every time someone has asked me that question, I always look them right in the eye and I say, yes, I believe it's possible. And the reason I feel comfortable saying this is I often find in life what people dream of, what they desire, what their passions are often aligned with something in the world or the universe that desires them. The things that we want in life are not a one-way street. When we have these deep feelings, whether it's a relationship or a new business or a career, I believe that it's life calling us, life desiring us. That there's some possibility, there's some opportunity calling our name. And it's through our dreams and our passions that we find them. Are we always 100% connected to what's calling us? Maybe not, but there's this sense, this intuition, this knowing that there's a path for us. And this way of thinking keeps us hopeful. When we begin a journey to change our life, many of us can get overwhelmed that why is this not happening quicker? Why can't I find my way? Why can't I work this out? Why can't I find this job? And it puts us in this very negative mindset and this feeling of lack. And I believe we have to feel what we feel and we need to process our feelings. But this negativity that is generated from things not happening on our timeline or when we thought they would happen is not real. It's just our fear and our impatience. And what we often do is we forget that you invest in the future in this moment. So every day when you wake up, if you're pursuing a new career or a business or relationship, it's your presence and your openness to the moment plus your dream that allows you to make the investment for your future. And I believe when we're thinking about lack and things aren't working out, we're shutting down on some level. That negativity is going to cloud our judgment. It's going to close our hearts. It's not going to allow us to think about everything that's possible. But when we come to the moment with our dreams and we believe our desire is connecting us to something that desires us, it's truly a wonderful feeling. And you get to feel inspired all the time because you know you're connecting to a possibility that hasn't happened yet, but it's there for you. Even if it's about a relationship. If you desire one, just to think that life desires that of you. And there's someone out there desiring to meet you, even though you don't know them. And it's not about choosing to like this one person and then they don't like you back and you say, well, I desired that and they didn't desire me. That's not what I'm talking about. Or choosing one particular job and you don't get it and you're like, well, I thought that job desired me. It's bigger than that. It's broader than that. It's taking your dream of being fulfilled, of having meaning. And it could be more specific about falling in love or a particular type of business and knowing that life desires that of you because you desire it. And then stay in maybe and stay open. Because if you want to change your job, there is a job that's desiring you, but it's going to take you and your hard work and your dream and your openness and your ability to stay hopeful and stay in maybe that's going to connect you to it. But knowing that possibility exists for you, that it's desired of you, will shed light on every day. And we're not going to feel impatient and we're not going to feel lack because we know there's something greater going on. And this moment is just another part of us pursuing our life's dream. It's the investment that we make in the dream. And I'm not saying that people who are negative don't achieve, because I've seen a lot of people with stress and negativity achieve a lot in their lives. But I've seen people who stay hopeful and stay in maybe and believe in possibilities achieve even more. And they suffered less and they had more joy and less aggravation. The point of this podcast is to let you know that your dreams are real. And the more they come from your heart and your truth and your passions, the more real they are. And if we're sitting around and we're feeling bad about ourselves and we're thinking other people are happier than we are, and we look to their lives and we choose things because that's what they choose, well, maybe that's not our dream. So how can we do this? How can we pursue our dreams and not get frustrated when things don't happen when we want them to? Not get frustrated when we don't get that job. Sales in our business are down. We have difficulties in our relationships. We put our hand on our heart and we ask ourselves what we want our life to look like. What do we truly want? What connects to our heart? And if you're not ready to pursue something, it's a great time to get to know yourself better and decide what you like and what you don't like. What gives your life meaning? What gives your life depth? And yes, we need to take into consideration our commitments that we have in our life. We might need to proceed slowly. We might need to make small changes, going back to school at night, starting a side business, taking a job to learn certain new skills. It takes a lot of hard work and determination to achieve a dream. But when you realize that things that come from your heart, that you yearn for, are desiring you, a desire of a person or a job or a business or a need, calling you. I guess that's why they call it a life's calling. You are being desired for your talent and your strength and your uniqueness and your spirit. And we leave those feelings of lack and negativity behind. And to act every day from inspiration and connect with that, I think it's the best way to move forward. But we need to remember that calling. There'll be ups and downs, and there'll be stresses and chaos. But if we could stay connected to our dreams, and even on tough days, know that life is calling us, life is desiring us to keep moving forward, we will find our way. And like I said, it might not look like you expected. It might be a different business and a different job and a different person you ever expected to be with. But that could be just as exciting and just as interesting. The biggest point is don't give up. Don't give up what you believe is your path. Because we could only know what's in this moment and what we think in this moment. And sometimes just getting on the path will lead us to some beautiful, wonderful places. The dream could look like one thing, but it could always been about something else. But if we're open and we're available, and we know that our desires work both ways, it puts us on the playing field of where we need to be. And that's the most important thing. You are worthy of achieving your dreams. And they are real, and you're not crazy. And just because they haven't happened yet doesn't mean a thing. Your dreams are life calling you forward. Calling you forward to share your beauty and your talents and everything about you that you think is true and real. But we must remember this, because sometimes businesses can be tough and jobs can be difficult and opportunities can be slow to come by. But it's our resilience, trust in ourselves, and our connection to what we desire, and our knowing that we desire these things because life desires them of us. There are possibilities out there for us calling us. We just need to stay in the right place so we constantly are open to align with them. And I promise you, with hard work and maybe and creativity, some form of your dream will manifest. And remember, you might have to shift gears, and the road might be longer than you thought it was going to be. But if you're honest with yourself and you keep your heart open and you realize what you desire desires you to move forward, to achieve, to share, to grow, you will have what it takes to not give up, to invest in this moment for your future, and find your way to live your best life. Thank you for listening to this podcast today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you could email me at allison@allisoncarmen.com. If you'd like to buy my book, The Gift of Maybe, it's available at all major bookstores and online retailers. And if you like this podcast, you could subscribe and leave a comment.